It's time to get your geek on.
You complete me.
With Dave Gramillion.
All right. Welcome here, everybody. Not only in and around San Antonio, but all parts of Texas, all parts of the United States, and all points beyond. This is Get Your Geek On, and we've got some breaking news that we're going to get to here in just a little bit. I am Dave Gramillion, and you have found one of the most listened to talk radio shows for geeks in the United States, powered by the Texas Renaissance Festival. Guys, it's been a pleasure telling you how awesome this event was, and over 650,000 of you went out there and had a good time as well. The event officially ended on November 25th, which is, well, today. But it was a great time. Make sure you bookmark texrenfest.com for all future updates. This is Season 3, Episode 24, and today on Freedom 1160 Talk Radio and Freedom1160.com, boy, have we got some news for you regarding Star Wars Land. Oh, yes, indeed. The news came out, videos came out, all sorts of concept art came out. You guys are going to love what we're going to be talking about with this tonight. Also, we got Marvel news to talk about. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yin out. We're going to find out. Our first look at Quake coming up. Also, we have a guest announcement. Yes, indeed. We have a guest announcement. Not for today, obviously, but for the following week. Also, Venom. Yeah, remember Venom? Remember that movie? Yeah, we're going to talk about that as well, and just how successful or not it has become. We got our weekly poll that we want to get into. This week's poll was big cons versus small cons. Which Comic Con do you prefer and why? And also some video game news. Golden Joysticks named their game of the year, and I'm not happy about it. Aaron's not happy about it. I don't know that anybody's really happy about it, but we'll
Goose doesn't have an opinion.
Yeah, we'll rant on that though. Don't worry, we'll totally rant on that. Fallout 76 is falling. Yeah, we're going to talk about the exploits. We're going to talk about the crashes, the server crashes. We're going to talk about the sales dropping. We're going to talk about all of that as well. And since Thanksgiving is in the books, I mean, what are we really thankful for? I mean, not this whole friends and family nonsense. Come on now. We know what we're really thankful for. We'll talk about that coming up as well. Okay, so let me go ahead and introduce my motley crew here in studio with me. To my left, your right, as you look across the radio dial, he was actually able to not get lost this time around. That was wonderful. Please welcome our co-host here. He is Aaron Shapiro.
I didn't get lost. It was the first time ever.
I know. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah.
Can we call him the Lost Boy?
The Lost Boy. Yeah, we still need.
I can live with Lost Boy.
He's not happy with the nickname Butterfingers. So we really need a nickname. You can tweet at us at GYGO _ radio and let us know. Yeah, it is underscore. Okay,
no, it's not.
It's not?
No.
Oh, it used to be.
It used to be.
Okay, yeah, it's just at GYGO Radio. Tweet at us. We need a new nickname for Butterfingers over here. So, yeah, how you doing? You found your way in? You all right?
Not too bad. Just playing video games. Too many video games to play right now, though.
Yeah, a lot of them came out. A lot of them came out. So, good gracious.
The last 4 weeks, like about a game a week almost.
Yeah, okay then.
Yeah, that's why I'm broke.
Now, does your ISP restrict your bandwidth?
No.
Oh, good.
No. But, where I work, I can also play games there, too, so.
We're in the wrong business.
Oh, yeah. So, any job openings there?
No, not for y'all, no. I need to keep that back.
Are you willing to work overnight?
Speaking of the overnight guy there, further to my left, your right, as you look across your radio dial, you will see the man spinning the ones and zeros, our sound prognosticator, and he is Goose.
What's going on, guys?
What's shaking, Goose?
Oh, not a whole lot. Of just some good news for your boy tonight.
A whole lot of news.
Oh, some good stuff. I've been clamoring for some of this stuff for a while, and you may hear some Cool in the Gang later on today.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how that rolls. All right. So, speaking of which, speaking of some Cool in the Gang, some celebration time, we want to go ahead and let's just roll right into some Star Wars news here, shall we?
I'm looking forward to completing your training. In time, you will call me Master.
And this little segment here is brought to you by our friends over at the Heroes and Villains of Cosplay. Speaking of which, these guys do lightsaber practices. But they're not just limited to Star Wars. This is a cosplay group here in San Antonio to where you can cosplay whatever you like, express yourself any way that you like, and they will embrace it. Look up our friends on Facebook over at Havoc Texas. There we go. Facebook.com/Havoc Texas. I knew I'd get it right eventually. Alrighty, I have it bookmarked, so I don't even bother. It's like when someone asks you, "Hey, what's your brother's phone number?" and you're like, "It's
Two.
It's 210."
No, just 2. That's a speed dial.
Yeah, that's the speed dial. It's the same thing with Havoc. I've got them bookmarked, so I just boink. There it is. All right, so parents, get ready to shatter your wallets. Cash in those 401ks because we finally have details about Star Wars Land at Disneyland and Disney World. This comes out of Entertainment Weekly, so it's as reliable as you can get. This is all official stuff. Don't worry about clickbait or nothing like that. It's officially called Galaxy's Edge, and you will travel to an alien world known as Batuu, which sounds a lot like Jakku. Ooh. But, whatever. You'll visit a village known as the Black Spire, a remote trading outpost tucked amid the rocky spikes of an ancient petrified forest. The town serves as a Casablanca-like nexus between the forces of good and evil, and in between as they clash over control of the galaxy.
I can be a gray Jedi?
Yeah, it seems that way. As they clash over... See, right there, right out of the gate, as they clash over control of the galaxy from this remote trading outpost. Uh-huh.
So it's far out in the verse, huh?
It's way out there. It's as far out in the verse as you can before you just see the black.
So this is like the C-list Jedis, the C-list Sith people.
Yeah. How are you going to clash over control of the galaxy from remote trading outposts? Isn't that like going to Buc-ee's and trying to figure out who's going to rule the world?
Well, just watch out for the Reavers is all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
Well,
does that mean it's next to the restaurant at the edge of the universe?
It might be. I mean, you never know. Hopefully, do they have good cell signal out there though?
I doubt it.
You can't stop the signal, Mal. You can't do that. So, there are 2 rides that we know about: Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run Experience and a space battle called Rise of the Resistance. Videos for both have been released on the Entertainment Weekly website. The videos suck. Seriously, those videos are not... They're lame. I'm dead serious. They're stupid videos. Both of them are about 30 seconds long. Both of them give you absolutely nothing to look forward to. They're stupid videos. Don't even bother. It's part of the press release. But
so I have a question. The Millennium Falcon one, isn't there one like that already at Disney World in Florida?
Space Star Tours.
Star Tours?
Yeah, there's something similar to that.
They used to have
like
a
the whole
trench run.
That's what I think I remember.
Yeah, the trench run game. Or the trench run ride over at Epcot or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I think I'm remembering then.
We also got our first look at the Star Wars themed hotel that they're going to have.
Ooh.
They're trying to make this a truly inclusive experience. So the journey begins with guests boarding a shuttle pod that will transport you from Earth to their hotel in space.
Will we see pigs there?
We should. Ooh. That would be so cool if we did.
Because doesn't Disney own the Muppets?
Yes. Yes, they do. So what happens is, all right, so you get off your plane, you get over to Disney World, you get over to this transportation hub, and you board. In order to get to your hotel, you will board what is essentially this escape pod, shuttle pod looking thing. The hotel itself will be a multi-day experience that immerses visitors amid characters inhabiting an orbiting luxury starship. So the hotel itself is an experience.
Okay. Well, it's like other hotels over there, their main ones.
Yes, but so for example, like the Polynesian. All right, you can go to the Polynesian, you can have dinner there, and it's just kind of decorated. No, this is going to be a truly immersive experience. Like, for example, you can get a hotel room with no windows. Mm-hmm. I mean, technically, for fire reasons, obviously there'll be windows, but you look out into space.
That'd be kind of
with
cool.
like X-wings that'll fly by on occasion, and these big Corellian cruisers.
That would be cool because I remember the last time I went was the Animal Kingdom. They had just opened that at a year or two later. I went, and I remember we stayed at the hotel there, and same thing, it was like that immersion, I guess.
Yes.
Because you could literally see the safari if you got paid the extra money. You could see the safari kind of thing.
Yep.
But I remember I'd walk out the room, and there was a little canopy, and me and this girl that I was talking to at the time, we were over there. And we could see everything. It was really nice.
There's always a different girl with you, isn't there?
I mean, I'm single. Come on.
So the Galaxy's Edge experience at Disneyland will open in the summer of 2019. The Disney Hollywood Studios Galaxy's Edge in Orlando will debut next fall. So this is going to be big. You know, Disney doesn't do things small. Nothing that they do is small. However, Universal Studios is making a big push. That Harry Potter theme park that they build out in Universal Studios is really taking it to Disney, because the experience at the Harry Potter world is tremendous. You know, you can choose your own wand, and the light, you know, comes down on
so
you and all
fun.
that. The food and the look of Diagon Alley is legit. And so it's a real experience, and it's been cutting into Disney. And you know Disney doesn't like that competition. They usually buy it out, but not so much Universal Studios, at least not yet.
I mean, there's got to be a big enough number.
There's got to be a number in there somewhere. So, speaking of which, you heard Jerry Jones was talking about how he wouldn't sell the Dallas Cowboys for anything less than $10 billion. You think Bob Iger sat up and said, "Oh, so you'll take offers then?"
Right? $10 billion and $1.
Can you imagine their helmets would have like little mouse ears on them?
Oh, that'd be hilarious. That would be hilarious.
Instead of the Dallas Cowboy mascot, you just have Mickey with like a blue helmet walking around the sidelines.
Donald Duck running after him.
All the cheerleaders, instead of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, would be Disney princesses.
I'd be okay with that.
Because some of those princesses are a little young, man.
and here we go.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
saying.
They have to be, whatever. I'm not going to go there. Not touching
Oh my
anymore.
goodness, here we go.
So keep an eye out for that. We'll give you all more updates as they come out regarding the Galaxy's Edge experience. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be bigger than big, and we need some friends over at Disney to kind of we'll be happy to push some pub their way, and like they need it.
No, they're just like, we don't
Get
care.
like a little sneak preview, like they need it. Whatever. They're like, hey, CNN, anybody that we want.
ABC
Hey, come on,
News.
yeah, we'll broadcast Good Morning America from that set.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that'll take care of it. Alrighty. So with that being said, let's go ahead and we'll move on to the other side of the Disney coin here, and we're going to talk some Marvel news.
This is that sequel to the smash hit with no equal. This one's for the true fans with Hulk hands.
Alrighty, and this is brought to you by our friends. Speaking of which, of the Texas Renaissance Festival, so it's officially in the books for this year, and we've had the pleasure and the privilege of telling you all about the Texas Renaissance Festival for the past several months now.
Yes.
And over 650,000 people went to this thing. It's the largest one in North America, with 200 acres of campgrounds, so much food, and themed weekends. So, they have their fairy weekend, they have their Viking weekend, they have their pirate weekend. So it's not just the Renaissance. They really dress it up, and they really do it right. So if you missed it this year, you want to keep an eye out for next year. And what you do is you go over to their website, texrenfest.com, T-E-X, renfest.com, and bookmark it, because they're going to have news about next year. They'll have specials, they'll have ticket giveaways, and of course they'll let you know when tickets go on sale. If you want a true experience, and this, believe me, this is like going to the state fair type of experience. We had lots of friends that went in the last several weekends, and the pictures they shared were just tremendous. They were wonderful. So we strongly recommend you keep an eye out, texrenfest.com, for next year's Texas Renaissance Festival. All right, so Marvel shows have been dropping like flies. Daredevil is, in my opinion, on the chopping block. I think that's safe to say, considering how badly they've dropped.
I'd say it's on the bubble.
Yeah,
It's on the radar.
Yep, just about. We've lost Luke Cage. We lost Iron Fist. We're losing shows left, right, and center. And then there's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the one that started it all, as far as TV goes with this run. And people were worried that it wouldn't last this past season. And not only has it been renewed for a new season, which they're
Season
shooting.
6 comes out in the summer.
Yep, which they're shooting now. But now we get word that season 7 is already confirmed. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will be around through 2020.
So 2 more years.
Gotta be careful on YouTube.
Yeah, we got to be careful there. Those little algorithmic
Yes.
thingamadoobers.
But Goose is quite happy when
Yes,
he found that out.
and why is that, Goose? Why are you so happy about this?
Well, I've been watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. since day one. And so when the time came, and we had to decide what panels we were going to do, and the final decision came to what it came down to. I got to do the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. panel, and I was quite a happy camper.
Tell our radio audience here, what do you mean by you got to do the panel?
I got to moderate the panel.
Which means?
I got to ask them questions. I spent like 20 minutes just being a fanboy.
With whom? Woo,
with Henry Simmons, who plays Mac, and then also, as you're seeing on the screen for those watching us on bit.ly/Geigo YouTube and facebook.com/Geigo Radio, we have Natalia Cordova as well, who plays Yo-Yo on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
And as a matter of fact, speaking of which, we are proud to announce, we are pleased, honored, privileged, and humbled to announce that our guest next week calling into the studio will be none other than Natalia Cordova Buckley, also known as Yo-Yo on the show. Goose got to sit next to her, moderate the panel. Was just thrilled to
I sat
death.
next to Henry, but I got...
You were on the dais.
I was on the same stage.
Same level there. So it was probably nice that they had Henry between you and her. So that nice little buffer there.
For her more than me. Yeah. But they were both really kind, and we got along really well, and I was so glad to be able to meet them.
So Natalia will be calling in to our show next week. So that'll be next Sunday for y'all out there. And I'm just tickled pink. I mean, she's just a delightful actress. She's very well versed, and I look forward to hearing from her next week. She'll be calling into our Lita studio.
Yeah, we have our time zones worked out, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All time zones are straight up legit. We're good. No problem. We're all on the same page, so to speak.
Should I tell him why I asked that question?
Well, we might as well, because now the audience is sitting here like, what are you talking about?
I'm confused too, so I'm just going to sit here.
So we had Marina Sirtis on as a guest, and she was not calling when we were expecting her to call.
Uh-oh.
Turns out that they had the time zones wrong.
Oh.
Yeah, because, they're out, go figure, they're out in California.
Yeah.
And I was specific about when they're supposed to call in, but the math somehow did not translate. And so we're sitting here like 15, 20 minutes in, and we
had a guest in studio at the time that we were just using to help fill the time.
Well, we weren't using. I mean, they were.
His segment got
bad.
His segment got extended.
Yes, that's what. Actually, he was supposed to be on the second half, and so we were like, while we're waiting, we'll go ahead and just kind of bump you into the first half there. But yeah, so that was an interesting bit of stretching and panic time, and oh my God, what happened?
And me just looking at the phone light and looking at the phone light, and like,
come on,
then looking at the phone light.
Ring, please ring. So next week will be Natalia Cordova Buckley, also known as Yo-Yo. Also, some Marvel news, not exactly MCU news, but Marvel news nonetheless.
Yes.
Remember Venom?
Yeah, the movie I'm not going to see.
That one that has adrenaline and momentum?
Yeah, I see what you did there. Yeah, so I know a lot of people have kind of forgotten about this movie already. It's weird. There aren't a lot of people talking about Venom anymore, but it broke $780 million at the worldwide box office.
That's insane.
780 mil. That beats out every X-Men movie ever, and it beats out Deadpool.
That's insane still.
Right?
Now,
I don't get how.
Well, keep in mind, Deadpool's rated R, so that's going to cut out some of the ticket sales right there. Because you can bring kids to see Venom.
Why you would, I don't know, but you could.
Yeah, you could. So that probably helped a little bit. But, wow, 780 mil. If it were in the MCU, if Venom were part of what we call the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it would have beaten out the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, Captain America Winter Soldier, Doctor Strange, the first Iron Man, and the first Thor movie at the worldwide box office.
That's insane. That's just ridiculous.
That's incredible.
But if this would have come out 5 years ago, could it have done this, you think? 6 years ago?
I think it could have because it then would have had Spider-Man in it.
That's true.
Probably would have. Yeah, that's right, because they owned the rights at the time. But
Sony still does, but they didn't include Spider-Man in it.
But we already had a Spider-Man movie with Venom in it. And
no, we didn't. That movie doesn't exist.
Oh, it never happened.
No. We don't talk about that film.
Blotted out of our memory there.
Yep.
I'm really surprised it did this well. I never would have thought it would have approached $800 million at the box office, at the worldwide box office. That's craziness to me. I didn't know. I knew Venom was popular, And I knew the movie was okay. It wasn't the best movie. Of course, it's a Sony movie, so it's not going to be a great movie. But man, people loved this movie.
Harsh.
What did I do?
Said it was Sony, so it's not going to be good.
I mean,
Well, yeah. I mean, come on. Sony doesn't do great movies.
What was the last good movie they
I
did?
dare you to tell me the last great Sony movie.
Hold on.
Okay, well, I'll do that, but only because of one thing.
What's that?
Suicide Squad?
of pain compels you!
That's one Sony movie. Pixels would be another.
Pixels do well? I don't remember.
No.
Amazing Spider-Man.
I think Pixels.
First one didn't do bad.
I think Pixels probably did around 8% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh. Dang.
And they did the Amazing Spider-Man movies. I'm telling you, which were not.
Oh, Spider-Man
First
2.
one.
Spider-Man 2 was a good Sony movie.
Oh, I thought you meant Amazing Spider-Man 2. Because Amazing
Did I say
Spider-Man
Amazing
2
Spider-Man
was,
2?
was
No,
not,
I said
was not-
Spider-Man
was
2.
not- that one was not good.
With Alfred Molina as Doc Ock.
So I'm sitting there, and I'm really surprised at how well Venom did. Of course, this is going to greenlight sequels, just forever.
Oh,
If
man.
the next one is Venom and Carnage, it's got to be rated
Well,
R.
that's what it led up to. I mean, that's the whole storyline.
Right, but I mean, they also led up to Thanos, but it took 8 movies to get there. So
I don't think Sony's going to take that long.
Yeah. I think they want to
wanting
cash
money.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're sitting there at the craps table, and they're like, "I'm good. I'm taking my money. I'm cashing out. I'm good.
Yeah.
We got a good thing going here. We're done."
Exactly.
And Caesar's Palace is sitting there. No, keep betting.
But
keep
now they're gonna
betting.
bet,
It'll be fine.
And they're going to put all on red now.
Yeah.
Aha.
Well, that'll be when they put it all on red. That'll be. And your director is Joel Schumacher. Have fun with that.
And movie
Oh
tanks.
God. Ooh.
And then Joe Schumacher goes missing.
I almost made a joke. No, I'll tell you after the break though,
Oh,
because I don't want to.
Oh,
do
man,
that.
here we go.
All right, so almost 800 million at the box office. It's currently number 6 for the year at the box office.
Worldwide.
Worldwide, it should pass Mission Impossible Fallout at 791, so it'll pass that.
So all things Fallout bite. That's what I'm hearing.
No, Mission Impossible Fallout was probably the best movie of that series.
It was a joke at
It was a Fallout.
Yeah, it was a Fallout joke. Yeah,
It was a
I
Fallout joke
understand.
there. So it'll be the 5th highest, and then that's where it'll stop. It will not go any higher than the 5th highest grossing movie of the year, because in order for it to make top 4, you got to crack 1.2 bill.
Yeah, it's not going to do that.
It's
There's no way.
No, it's not gonna do it.
No way.
Not gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent.
What was that?
Yeah.
It was a Trump-Bush impression.
A Trump-Bush impression?
Yeah.
You combined
I
Trump
did.
and Bush?
I did.
And that's what we got.
And that was the best?
That was on the fly, not really putting any thought into it.
Oh, okie dokie. All right. Okay. So how do I even segue into that? I mean, where do you go from there?
So we get from a movie that's going to be number 4 at the box, number 5 at the box office worldwide, to one that domestically.
Oh my gosh, I can't
Cratered.
do this.
Yes.
I mean, it didn't even make as much as the other one did opening weekend.
Not even close.
Fantastic
So-
Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Yeah, which is funny because I saw a whole bunch of good pub about it. People on social media were saying how great it was. It was a good twist at the end. It was a solid movie. Yeah, 62 million at the domestic box office opening weekend.
So
Yeah,
how'd
it's
those buying out those theaters work for you?
I couldn't afford them.
Yeah, so here's what happened. So a couple of weeks ago, we did a bet. And we do this from time to time. We take box office bets. I said that the domestic opening weekend box office would be 80 mil. And it turns out I was the closest. It was 62 million opening weekend.
That's the furthest you've ever been away when you've won.
When I've won, yeah, I know, right? I mean, this thing, because the first one I think did like 75 or 73 opening weekend.
Like 74, 75. Because I had looked it up. That's why I made
Yeah.
like, okay, 100 million maybe.
Whoa, man. So I had 80. Goose had 85 million.
Yes.
And Butterfingers,
Hey, I gave it a chance.
you had $100 million.
Yeah.
You were so screwed.
I am. Well, because I was banking like, okay, the first one did like 70 something million. Maybe people will come and be like, oh my gosh, the first one
Oh,
was
we're
so
going to have a
good.
50% increase.
25%.
50.
It would be 50.
Okay, yeah, you know what?
'Cause 70
Math is hard.
It is.
That's why we're on radio. So
at cameras.
So Butterfingers, who won the original bet,
Yeah.
the first one
So
we
one
did
for
on
one.
Venom, you nailed it.
Yeah.
You were the closest without going over, and you really screwed the pooch on this one. You were off by 38 mil.
Yes, I was.
Ouch. So
He goes off by how much?
$38 million.
Had to do that every time.
So as your punishment,
I get to sing DuckTales.
you've got to sing DuckTales on the street corner down here at the studio, and you got to sing it in Hogwarts robes.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
We'll get you a wand or something. We'll have to go
Okay.
to Party City and get you some robes or something.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe a bathrobe. Maybe that'll work. It's close enough, right?
Get him a wand too.
Get him a wand.
Oh, I have some thoughts, but
Oh.
it's not family friendly.
Can we get like just a tree branch? We just snap out a tree branch and he'll just wait. So he'll have to sing the DuckTales theme song on the street corner, and we'll probably do that next week sometime
That'll be fun.
as your penance, as your punishment
That'll be fun.
for missing the bet. And since December is chock full of movies, man, we're gonna have lots of bets
Oh,
coming out.
gosh.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very amusing. Alrighty, we got plenty of news coming up here after the bottom of the hour news break. Stick around here at Freedom 1160 and freedom1160.com. Alrighty, welcome back from the bottom half of the hour news break. This is Get Your Geek on Freedom 1160 Talk Radio and freedom1160.com, powered by the Texas Renaissance Festival. Over 650,000 people attended the event this year. It was started in September, ended just today, so bookmark, keep an eye out, listen, put your ear to the ground for updates on next year's event over at texrenfest.com. I am Dave Gramillion, and if you missed the first half of the show, no worries, no sweat, no problem about it, because you can catch it on our award-winning podcast. That's right, you can catch us on Spotify, Apple, you can catch us on Google Play, you can catch us on Stitcher, Omni, and TuneIn. That's right, 6 different ways for y'all to listen to our award-winning podcast. It has been named the best podcast in San Antonio for 2017. We're gunning for 2018 as well, so go ahead and check that out. We're all happy now because I got those 6. It's a lot to keep up with, but, it's worth it. It's always good. All right, so let's talk briefly. Before we get into, we have some video game news that we want to talk about because it's all over the place, including the Golden Joysticks Award for Game of the Year. Pissed me right off. I mean, just to no end. So we'll talk about that coming up. But first, our weekly poll results. Every week, we're going to put out a poll on Facebook.com/GYGO Radio. Get Your Geek on, is essentially what it stands for. And this week's podcast was big cons versus small cons. Do you prefer big names, big Comic Cons, which also come with big crowds and big lines,
And big money.
And big money, or do you like the smaller cons with smaller headlining names, smaller venues, and that sort of thing? I mean, what's your preference? We had about 300 people voted on this week's poll. Hello. On this week's poll, had almost 300 people vote. 60% preferred smaller cons to the big fat ones.
Now, here's the thing. We went to a smaller con.
And to a bigger con.
The biggest con in town.
Yep.
And we went to the one that was over at the JW Marriott.
Yes.
They didn't have small headliners there.
Well, that's true. And there's room for, keep in mind, Facebook only allows 2 options, essentially.
Yes.
And there are character limits as to what you can put in for those options. So we're stuck with what Facebook gives us. So yes,
That's true on so many levels.
There are big cons with small names, and there are small cons with big names, and there's this, that, and the other. But that was the preference that we put out there, was big names that also come with those big lines and big crowds, or the smaller cons, but you don't get those bigger names all the time. 60% went with the smaller, more intimate little cons. So that's very cool. Good news for our friend Lori Gonzalez out there, I guess.
Yes. And that's Wonderland, the America's Mall. They tend to have at least one mini con every single month.
Sometimes more than one a month. So very cool out there also. Alrighty. So with that being said, let's go ahead and segue into some of our really big news of the night. We're going to be talking about some video games. Alrighty, and this is brought to you by our friends over at Dragon's Lair. Speaking of games, these guys have so many different events going on. Everything from Magic the Gathering to D&D to potions instructions and wand making and everything in between. Guys, your gaming headquarters is over at Dragon's Lair in Alamo Ranch. That's on the west side of San Antonio off of 151 and 1604. If you want to get your geek on, you want to do it at Dragon's Lair. Okay, so The Golden Joysticks out in the UK named their game of the year.
And they were deaf, dumb, and blind.
And this was terrible. This really was. So was it going to be Spider-Man on PlayStation 4? I mean,
That
great
would've been my
story.
vote.
Yeah.
Great story, good graphic. Nope.
God of War?
No, wasn't God of War either. It wasn't Red Dead Redemption 2.
Nope.
Although that did come out a little late, so
That one
I can
did.
see that. But Black Ops 4 maybe.
Ooh,
No,
yeah,
no.
WWE 2K19.
It was no.
That was even up there.
No, not even close.
What was the other big
It
one?
was Fortnite.
I want to now
Yeah.
strangle everybody. in
Yes,
the
if
UK.
if you're driving on the road out there, I'm sorry if it made you swerve into a ditch. That's terrible.
Okay, so who the heck does this?
Okay,
Like,
so
who rates it? Is it like 70-year-old people sitting up there like this name?
Now
I
it's 13-year-old
recognize."
kids.
well, here's the thing. It's strict popularity.
But even like
Strict popularity. You
Everyone that-
just vote.
I know that, I mean, I guess maybe it's still big over there. A lot of people I know that were in that like competitive part of Fortnite have given up on it. They're like, it's boring now. We're done. And they've all moved on. Like you said, the 13-year-olds are all done now because they're like, okay, next big thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much played out,
weird.
and PUBG is going to get ready to come out of PlayStation 4 anyway, so that'll probably revive it a little bit.
PUBG has a chance still.
It does. I mean, people like to go back to the original, to the classic. Looking at you, World of Warcraft fans, but Fortnite as the game of the year, man,
No.
it's so fad friendly and trendy, and just no.
Well, you know it's fad friendly when they talk about it and Big Bang Theory. When that becomes a B
Yeah.
plot.
That's when it happens.
So I feel like they were just watching a Big Bang Theory, like, oh, I recognize a video game name. Let's just put that as number one.
No, I get it. All right, Ninja's the big name. I get it, and it's a popular game. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying the game is trash.
Does he play
I am.
Fortnite or does he play Overwatch?
No,
He plays
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Okay.
Fortnite. I'm not saying the game is trash by any means.
I'm still saying it's trash.
You can say it. You want to say
Yeah,
it's trash?
it's trash. It's Fortnite is trash. I hate Fortnite.
Oh, wow. Okay, and why is that?
I don't like the graphics. The cartoony graphics is just, I hated that. I like more realistic shooters. I like it to where if I shoot you in the head, you're going straight down and dead.
So it's like PUBG.
I prefer PUBG, I'll be honest, and I prefer Call of Duty Blackout because that one seems to be a more redefined, and again, it still has that realistic graphic look. It looks like a human. It doesn't look like this, I'm going to be dancing disco in the middle of a firefight. I don't like
Okay, well let me.
But how about flossing in the middle of a firefight?
that. No, not that either.
All right, well let me run
Shoot you
this.
in the head as many times as
Let
I
me run
can.
this by you then. Why do you like Overwatch?
I never said I liked Overwatch. I like it more.
I thought you did.
I'll play it more, but I don't like
But it's
the only-
cartoony.
Only reason I
And
play it
there's
is because I
dancing.
have 3 other friends that played at work, and that keeps us awake. That's the only reason I play it.
Oh,
Otherwise,
that's
no. Overwatch is the same thing. I bought it. I was with an ex-girlfriend. Bought it. We both played it. After less than a month, we both quit playing.
Wow.
They quit playing this. She quit him.
About a month later.
Yikes. Okay. I was looking for a new
my
healer
secret.
about a week later.
Oh, dang. Or was she looking for a new tank?
Oh, wow. She put up her barrier and that was it. So Fortnite is your game of the year according to the Golden Joysticks out in the UK. It's a strict popularity contest, which I guess accounts for why it was game of the year in the first place. But yeah, I'm not
Now,
just no.
One more question
There
to
was no way. What are you doing?
I thought to get Game of the Year, you had to come out that year. Because it's like 2 years old.
Well, keep in mind, this is Golden Joysticks. They've got different rules. And,
Okay.
it's their game of the year. It's not like IGN's game of the year
Yeah.
or PC Gamer's game of the year, nothing like that. But
I just want to know what the rules were. I really do.
we'll have to look that up.
It's like with the Oscars, to be qualified for Best Picture, you got to come out in like New York and LA by the end of the year,
Something
but you
like
could be
that.
wide release like in January, February.
Oh, okay.
So with Fortnite, I've watched video, I've watched Ninja, I've watched amateurs, and I see the appeal, but yeah, I'm just
No, it's not
game of the year over Spider-Man, over Red Dead,
God of War.
over,
Red Dead Redemption.
over Black Ops.
Yeah. I prefer games with story. I mean, unless it's just
Spider-Man.
like a straight up fighting game with characters I know, hence WWE.
Or
Yeah.
Injustice 2.
Injustice too. So, when it comes to those type of games, I don't want a melee. I don't want a battle royale type thing. I want to get invested in these characters.
Yeah.
What was it? Somebody described it to me once as like like Hunger Games for babies. I think is how they described it, because it's all bright and colorful and shiny, and look what I can do. But it's still battle royale. It's still everybody out to kill everybody.
Great. So if Disney buys it, it's going to be Hunger Games for Muppet babies.
So you see Kermit the Frog running by.
Muppet babies.
Have you seen the new version? I don't care for it.
I watched the pilot to the new She-Ra, though. The Princess
Oh, God, that's so horrible. It's a horrible show.
Actually, the pilot wasn't too bad.
Keep watching. It gets worse.
Okay, all right, I'll keep watching. But the pilot, I was actually, not to get off on a tangent here, but it was okay. I mean, yes, it was predictable, and it was a little on the boring side, but
No.
I was digging it.
I have to say, though,
Considering the audience, I was digging
I'm
it.
like 5 episodes in because I want to give it a shot. I do like Shadow Weaver.
Yeah.
Shadow Weaver is very interesting in this one, but after like 5 episodes in, I was like, I want to go back and watch the old one now. Like
with
Melindy Britt
Melindy
said,
Britt.
It's not the same audience. It's not the same show. It's not, that doesn't have the He-Man tie-in, by nature.
Well, it does a little bit, because right there in the pilot, she's fighting for the honor of Grayskull.
Right, but
so it's got a little bit of it.
But we don't know the backstory. I mean, we know the backstory, but we don't. It hasn't been revealed yet in the show.
Right.
What the backstory is. We know that she knows Eternia, and we know she can read a language that
She shouldn't.
She shouldn't be able to read. We know that she was rescued as a baby. Read kidnapped. But
Yeah. Which, that's never been done before.
But I just, she's younger. She's like a 14-year-old in this show.
Yeah.
And so is Catra.
Which I'm actually okay with. Again, considering the audience they're aiming this at, I'm okay with that. This is that pre-tween audience, which I'm cool with. I'll keep watching it, though. We'll see how it goes. Let's kind of swing it back, though, toward the video games.
Games.
Yeah, speaking of the UK, because that's where the Golden Joysticks are in popularity, Fallout 76 is tanking.
It is.
Hardcore in the UK. I mean, we're looking at sales that are down 82% from Fallout 4. 82%.
See, and that's, again, how do you have stress tests? How do you do all this stuff and still have a game fail? As big of a company as Bethesda is, how?
Yeah, because here's the thing. All right, so Fallout 76 had a day one patch.
Yes.
Which you expect that nowadays. Unfortunately, you buy the game, and the days of plug and play are long gone.
Sadly.
You buy a game, and you can't play it for, depending on your bandwidth, hours.
Or if you max out your bandwidth that month, maybe a month.
And that's
Yeah,
assuming that
be.
your system doesn't need an update first.
Yeah.
Right, and all of a sudden you get it home, firmware, too bad. So they had a day one patch of 47 gigs.
Yeah.
The patch was 47 gigs.
No.
Yeah, the patch was 47. The initial download was 53.
Now look, I am a child of the 80s, okay? I remember games as megabytes. I remember floppy disks with, 5.25 inch floppy disks.
With 720 kilobytes on that bad boy.
Yeah. I mean, when we got my computer's hard drive space doubled from 40 to 80 megs, I thought that was the greatest thing in the history of the world. This patch was 47 gigs.
Oh,
Yeah.
Remember when everything got upgraded to 16-bit?
Oh, man. The Nintendo, the bit wars between Nintendo and Sega.
Yeah.
Oh, that was huge. And then everybody wanted to go 64 because Atari released the Jaguar, and that thing bombed horribly.
Oh, the
That was
Neo
terrible.
Geo, that one bombed.
The Neo Geo bombed.
Gosh, dog.
So now we're looking at patches of
That's old school for me.
47 gigabytes. And then they released another patch
Yes.
Yeah.
that was supposed to fix everything, and that was another 50-something.
Was it? Because I know it downloaded last night. I downloaded another patch.
Yeah.
50-something gigs already, so people are already starting to complain. And now they're finding exploits that they apparently didn't find in the beta. Because the beta, remember, keep in mind, the beta is only open for a few hours at a time.
Which
Right.
is ridiculous,
It
by the way.
is not enough time for you to level up and really try to break it, because that's what beta stands for. Break everything, test anything.
Something like
that
that.
That sounds about right.
Break everything is the first part.
Right.
That's all I
So you can't break everything. So these guys leveled up really quickly, these 3 guys. And when you drop a nuke, which is supposed to be a rare thing
Right.
in Fallout,
Right.
they drop a nuke and this level 95 super hard boss appears if you drop it over a fissure. Yet they dropped 3 nukes at the same time and crashed the servers.
Nice.
There's a YouTube video of this, and you can hear them saying, like about 20 seconds in, dude, we're going to crash the servers.
Yeah.
We're going to crash it. 3 nukes drop at the same time, and there goes the game.
So
Not good.
here's my thing, though.
Not good.
And this is something I've talked about coworkers, friends about. First of all, I've been disconnected several times from the servers. Mid-game, bam, server's gone. Respawn, there's 5 enemies around me, and I'm dead.
Yep.
Then I've had it, and again, I get it. There's glitches, there's little things. There's an enemy in front of me. I throw my tomahawk at it. Takes no damage. The tomahawk is stuck in midair where the character was. And I cannot grab it. I was so PO'd on that because I'm like, I want my tomahawk back.
Now, a friend of mine loaned me code for the beta invite, and I played it for about a half hour, and I died 5 times.
Well, see, we also had, during Extra Life, we had a guy playing it on our Twitch stream for 3 hours. He had no problems with it. I don't know how it happened there because I've had nothing but problems.
Now, and that's not to say the game itself is trash. We're just telling you about what our experiences are with this game.
Oh, and don't expect to find people.
To find what now?
To find people. So my friend played it the first day it came out for like 2 days straight. Found one person.
Wow.
In the 2 days he had his own group with him.
Right.
But they only ran into one other person. I've been playing it. I see the other people on the map, and up to last night, and it was the first time I saw people that actually came to me. And 2 of them literally, I'm only level 6 because I've just kind of been casually playing.
Wait, you had a hard time people coming up to you? That sounds like real life.
Well, I had a hard time because they came up to me, double my level. And yes, I didn't engage in PvP because I knew I was going to die. But you still take damage when they hit you. So all they did was follow me until they could kill me and get my stuff. I couldn't do anything about it. Literally could do nothing. So I'm like, cool. All I could try to do was take him into enemy territory. One of them got down because luckily some ghouls were there to kill him. But yeah, they eventually just took me down.
Now,
I hate it.
Players also found an exploit that will allow you to launch nuclear missiles with only partial codes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even need the full code to launch a nuke.
Do you want to play a game?
Which I'm sure I'm trying really hard not to make a Trump joke. I'm really not, but yeah. I mean, that's all you need. You got part of the code, no problem. Upload it, you're good to go, fire away.
It's ridiculous.
So they have some big problems with this. Now, keep in mind, in a few months, this could all be ironed out, and it could be one of the greatest games ever, and we look back on this and laugh. But right now, we're not laughing.
I got 3 words for you, sir.
And what's that?
No Man's Sky.
But let's also look at
Yes.
it, especially No Man's Sky. Gamers are fickle. We'll give up on it.
That's true. And, I mean, well, No Man's Sky was the ultimate bait and switch.
Oh, gosh, yes.
That was the biggest bait and switch probably in the history of gaming.
I would say, well,
Because
Mega Man.
because the trailer looked so good.
You got that Mega Man game that came out a while back, though. That's up there with it.
The one on Steam, or
The one that, was it Mega Man X10 or something like that? I forgot what it was called, but it was supposed to be another Mega Man game in the franchise, and it completely was a bait and switch. That's all it was for.
Well, No Man's Sky also just collapsed in on itself so brilliantly. It was essentially the Rebecca Black of gaming. By the way, if you don't know who Rebecca Black is, all you have to do is just look up Friday. Rebecca Black Friday. Just look that up and you'll understand.
Yes.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
So No Man's Sky, when the trailers came out, was phenomenal. And it was advertised as being almost an infinite number of worlds, like a real galaxy would be for you to visit and explore. You could hit planets 2 months in that nobody in the entire game had ever touched and explore and mine and craft, and it was wonderful, and the graphics looked incredible. And then the game came out, and you were like, I'm sorry, was everything made out of Play-Doh? Why does this look so bad?
Was in the first 72 hours or so, 2 people were supposed to be near each other. They flew to each other, landed on the same planet, and could not see each other. Because there was no multiplayer, really.
You're right.
Even though they said there was going to be.
Could not see each other. And then you had people get to the center of the galaxy, because that's the quest. In No Man's Sky, you're supposed to get to the center of the galaxy eventually. That's the story. So they finally do. They finally get there, and guess what happens?
They meet God.
No, because God doesn't need a starship. So they get to the center of the galaxy. What happens? It deposits them on some random world, and they start over at the beginning.
So
That's ridiculous.
I made a War Games comment earlier. Sounds like with both of these games, the only way to win is not to play.
Yeah.
That's about right. So, but I've heard lots of the good things about Fallout as well. All right, don't get me wrong. We're not saying that this game is trash. Not yet.
No.
But again, it's just it depends on your own experiences. It's like I like people on social media who say, "Hey, I've heard things about this novel. Is that any good?" Well, it's going to be fantastic for some. It's going to be, dumpster fire for other people. So it's your own personal experience. Some people are just loving Fallout. They can't stop playing Fallout. And some people have already tried to take their copy of the game back.
I saw that too.
Did you see that YouTube video?
I did not.
So this guy he bought a used copy and tried to bring it back because he didn't like the game. Well, GameStop's policy is if you buy a used game, you're only getting store credit.
Yeah, it's like you have to bring it back within 72 hours for store credit or something like that.
But it's still, I think that if it's new.
Is that new? I thought that was their used one.
We'll have to look that up. But anyway, so this guy thought he was getting his money back, and it turns out it's only store credit because it's a used game. The guy wrecks the store. I mean, wrecks it. He knocks over displays. He takes like 30 of their little gift cards and he flings them across the store and just wrecks it.
So let me ask you a question. Was his name Ralph?
No, but that would have been funny.
That would have been.
You know what we need? We need a videographer to get on that video, and right before he loses it, insert "I'm gonna wreck it," and then the guy starts smashing up the store. That'd be hilarious.
What I'm hearing is you're gonna send me a video later.
Yes. Oh, that'd be terrific. So all right. So anyway,
you're right. There's some fun aspects of the game. I like the crafting. I like the shooting. I like exploring. But yeah, it definitely needs more.
Yeah. So all right. So with 2018 is rapidly drawing to a close, and it's been a terrific year. Don't get me wrong. This has been a really wonderful year for us here at Get Your Geek On. But Thanksgiving is now behind us. Small Business Saturday is behind us. We got Cyber Monday around the corner. So the real question is, what are we really thankful for? I mean, I know we've already done the whole friends and family bit, which we're just saying that so we can get closer to the turkey and the stuffing and the cranberry sauce. I mean, come on, let's be real here, okay? Yeah. And I mean real cranberry sauce, not like the canned Jell-O looking thing.
That's the good one.
That's just weird.
I like it.
So, what are we really thankful for? I mean, let's go around the horn here and let's have ourselves a little moment, shall we?
Okay.
Goose, what are you thankful for?
Well, I'm thankful that Michael Bay's no longer doing Transformer movies because this one looks like it's going to be pretty darn good.
Yes, the Bumblebee movie coming out in December is Michael Bay free.
Yes.
And gluten free, from what I understand. So that's good news.
And I hear it's also calorie free, but not the popcorn.
But not the popcorn. No, unfortunately, not the popcorn. I am thankful that I'm thankful we only got one Marvel movie this year. I'm waiting for that one Marvel movie that'll suck.
We got two.
Oh, I'm sorry that we had the two. Sorry, I was thinking because we're supposed to get 3 a year.
Yeah, we only got two.
And I'm thankful we didn't get the third one this year. I'm waiting for there to be a Marvel movie that sucks. I really am.
You've seen Venom.
I think ha ha ha.
With the adrenaline
so I'm thankful that we only got the two Marvel movies instead of the three that we're gonna get coming out here going forward. Aaron, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for. Thankful for not buying Red Dead Redemption right now.
Okay.
I'm thankful for that because I almost bought into it, and the fact that I really wanted a multiplayer and a posse. I think I said this earlier. I wanted a posse to run around with, and I couldn't get that right now.
Couldn't get it.
So I'm thankful that I was smart enough not to buy that one, but stupid enough to buy Fallout 76.
You know, I think we ran into Jason Momoa earlier this year because he was in San Antonio.
Yes.
And I think he's thankful for all the other crappy DC movies that came out because it's going to make Aquaman look good by default. Because anybody coming out of there, even if the movie is just kind of okay, if it's just kind of they're going to say, at least it's not Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Or, Justice League. Or any other DC movie in the last 5 years except Wonder Woman.
Except Wonder Woman, exactly. I mean, so at least it's not that. I mean, to be fair, there was only one good part of Suicide Squad.
We're bad guys. It's what we do.
That was the only good part of Suicide Squad. So that's what Jason Momoa's probably got to be thankful for.
And water and long hair.
Water and long hair.
No, that's what the women are thankful for.
Oh, wrong one. Okay.
And his bench press machine. That sort of thing.
We need to post the Python picture.
Oh, yeah. We got to post that one. The one where Jason Momoa's posing with a python. The ladies went nuts for that one. When he spoke Dothraki.
Oh my God, like the women, never mind.
The women swooned, man. There were chicks passing out everywhere.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was going to use the other words. I'm not going to say.
They were passing out. That's what we're saying. That's the official show stance. They were passing out.
I bet Henry Cavill is thankful for social media because when he posted that that he was done as when he leaked that he was done as Superman.
Well, a rumor came out that he didn't quash, but didn't confirm either.
That's true. Yeah. A rumor just happened to come out that he was done with Superman, and then Warner Brothers freaked out when they saw the backlash and paid him money.
Yeah.
So I bet he's pretty thankful for that. Who else do you think will be thankful?
Ben Affleck for not doing any more Batman movies.
Well, there's not. Again, that's rumored.
Yeah, but he needs to stop.
But I think.
Well, then we would be thankful.
I think Warner Brothers is thankful for successful rehab because when we saw Ben Affleck at Celebrity Fan Fest, that boy looked like he could be Batman a couple more times.
Yeah, no
he
kidding.
Finally did. Like no beer belly, he looked good.
Ben Affleck, I had no idea he was 6'4".
And David's 5'0" nothing. So
yeah,
should have had that battle axe with you.
That's a big guy. Just saying. Let's see. I bet Kevin Feige is thankful for DC movies because every one they roll out just makes Marvel look better and better and better. True. So he's got to be thankful for the shakeup at Warner Brothers.
He's also probably thankful that they were able to do a deal with Sony to get Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure Sony was thankful for that as well because it made Venom relevant.
I bet Rockstar Games right now is pretty thankful for Fallout.
Yeah. You know what? Nintendo's probably thankful that, Fallout and Red Dead Redemption both tanked.
Yep. Nintendo's probably very thankful for that right about now as well. Yeah, man, Pokemon just keeps chugging along.
It does. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are just fine.
Speaking of which, Detective Pikachu.
Oh my god,
Ryan Reynolds.
That actually doesn't look too bad.
Oh my god, it's like the great Deadpool detective or something. I mean, it's. I love it. It's awesome.
I want them to see like a Deadpool costume in the corner, and Pikachu just looks at it like, yeah, that's next.
So that'll wrap it up here for Goose, for Aaron, and for myself. I do want to thank our sponsors: Texas Renaissance Festival, Dragon's Lair Alamo Ranch, Havoc in the Mailing Spot here in San Antonio. Thank you for listening, and make sure to get your geek on every single day.